Alright guys, I wanted to make a video talking a little bit about myself, since I haven't done that on my channel yet. And yeah, I thought I'd just make a video talking a bit about my situation and my ideas and my thoughts and all the rest, and just see what you guys think, or see how it lands. So just a bit about me. I'm 41, as I say in the YouTube title. I'm unemployed, single, I'm actually living with my parents at the moment, obviously, because my income is very low, and so I need to obviously need to save money, and I'm not working, so yeah, I live with my parents. And that's it. And I don't, but basically because of my career choices, I've always wanted to go into have a kind of creative career, you know. So I was into acting at one point, filmmaking, editing. I worked as an editor for a bit here and there anyway, and then eventually kind of got into graphic and motion design. And the problem with all that is that I've gone through kind of like periods of unemployment, and I'm back in one now, so I've got plenty of experience in the area. And at the moment I'm kind of thinking what my next steps are going to be, if I'm going to get another job, or what I'd really like to do is, you know, basically leave this country, and I'll get into that later on. But basically I'll talk a bit about how I got unemployed. So I was working over, I guess I got back into work in 2021 during the pandemic, and I was training before then to try and get back into work. And yeah, it didn't take long to get a job, and I was basically working as a graphic and motion designer. And I did that for 3 years, and it was kind of a large, well-known organisation. And then after that I moved on to a different job in an even bigger organisation, a really big one in the UK. And I was on probation, and I worked pretty hard to get that job. I did I think I interviewed 7 times or something like that. Worked really hard. I actually did the best I could in the job while I was there, and I did a good job. I was getting compliments. And 8 months into my probation, I was told that I failed my probation, and that was that, and I was basically dismissed. And since then, I've basically not been that motivated. That happened earlier this year. Since then, I've been not motivated in terms of finding another job. Partly because it's difficult to get, in terms of the career choices I made was very niche, and it's just all the other jobs in that kind of area are crap. So to avoid this guy, I don't like travelling around with a bloody camera on my head. What was I saying? It's just a difficult it's a competitive area, and it's very niche. So I just think I've got to kind of train and get something a little bit easier, a more in-demand role, which I can do. But I also want to leave the country, so it's a little bit of a problem. Anyway, back to the issue about me losing my job earlier this year. The problem, what happened was pretty much the reason I was dismissed, in my view, and I feel very strongly about this, is that it was entirely political. The whole thing, I was basically cancelled. I had a couple of female managers, and one of them was my line manager, and I kind of clashed with them, I guess, because I was a little bit too open, a little bit I guess casual to an extent, but not really. I was actually making an effort with those two. In any case, for whatever reason, at a certain point, I think halfway through my probation, they had it in for me. And basically there was nothing I could do, and they just wrote up like probation reviews that were basically a pack of lies. At least the girl did, the girl who was my line manager. And I thought to myself, well, you know, they'll come round, or she'll come round, and eventually it'll be fine. But that never happened. And that's up at that point I realised it's entirely political. It's basically because they see me as a sort of opponent to their beliefs. And the beliefs, you can guess, are DEI, girl boss feminism and stuff like that. It's all the stuff that I kind of have come to really, really dislike. And it probably came across. Anyway, I think just that whole situation, because it was so like no one actually questioned this girl, this line manager, who was doing, writing the probation reviews and coming up with reasons that, to basically say that I shouldn't be in the job. And it was basically all about my conduct and them not liking this. And she just exaggerated things and spun narratives that weren't actually true. And no one questioned her or anything. There was no accountability. And so in the end, like, there's nothing I could say or do. I was out. And I just think, just because of that, I think I realized like how much this country's screwed. She was basically an immigrant. She's only been in the country for a few years. She was from Mauritius, and she's like, how can I put it? She was an activist for the religion of peace. Let's put it that way. And I just like, there was other stuff that happened when I was there, and I pointed out like this was where they were talking, like saying stuff like pale male and all the rest in the group chat, talking about racists on Twitter and all this. And that, you get the idea, right? And yeah, I decided, well, look, there's nothing I can say. Like, if the situation was reversed and this was about any other person or any other group, like, you would be out of a job, but instead I'm out of a job. So go figure. So yeah, since then I just thought, well, this country is like going to hell, and I've been thinking about how I can leave. At the same time, I'm not working, so I haven't got any income. I've got very, very low income. However, I have basically, since I've been living with my folks, I've just basically dumped all my money into gold as I was earning it, and into crypto. So, and that's been doing fine. It's been slowly going up. So my financial situation isn't actually all that bad, even though I don't have my own place, even though I'm like 41 years old now. I really should, or there's no should really, but it'd be much better. I'd be in a much better situation if I had my own place and had a job that was easy to get back into, but I don't. So in any case, to an extent I'm a free agent, but like I'm a little bit of a crossroads here. I'm not sure exactly what hopefully I can get a job in somewhere else in Europe and leave the UK. That's basically my plan, or my crypto bag's moon and I can I really am a free agent and I can do whatever I like, or this YouTube channel takes off and it's amazing and I can live off that for a while. So yeah, that's basically my situation, and I just wanted to kind of say that because I don't know what people's opinions on that would be. Like I feel like I don't feel bad about my situation, even though, on the surface you think, well, that's not a great situation. I feel like it's not that bad of a situation, just because, yeah, I have my health and I'm kind of aware of what's going on. And in a sense, like, being unemployed is no longer a disgrace in my mind. It used to be, but it's not a disgrace in my mind because I'm not contributing to a system that I think basically despises me for who I am, basically. And it's just, the system itself is fundamentally a scam. It's an inflationary, interest-based system that is basically like a Ponzi scheme. It's a scam, but it's also the political side of it, the activist side of it, that basically targets me and my demographic group especially, and is hostile. And I don't see, like, of course you need to earn money, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to get ahead in life, and that of course is important. But at the same time, like being unemployed and not economically active, as it were, is no longer really, in my mind, that bad of a situation, because you're not unemployed, you're active in doing other stuff in your own time whilst you figure out what your next steps are. And I just don't see, I think that the alternative, which is to work in a big corporate job and contributing to maintaining the system, is a crap situation to be in as well. It's kind of anti-life, I think for a lot of people it is anyway. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I just wanted to kind of share that and see what you guys think. And if you like that video, give it a thumbs up, or subscribe if you're not subscribed to it already. But yeah, it's just that's basically my situation, and I might talk about it a bit further in another video. But yeah, cheers for watching, and catch you later.